Some people have said that coming here is like going to Disneyland.
Wow.
It's like 3 people have said that.
That's awesome,
yeah.
man.
So
well, the food is that good, right? Like, there's nothing better than that. For a Texan to get amazing barbecue, it's nothing better.
Yeah,
I mean,
better.
there's nothing better, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Disneyland. That's
Pretty
like fucking better than Disneyland.
Yeah.
Mickey could never give you good barbecue.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Screw Mickey. You know.
Welcome to the Lone Star Play Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Scott Armstrong. Join me and a famous guest. We discuss their career, life, food, Texas, and everything in between. Let's get started. The Lone Star Play Podcast is produced by TexasRealFood.com. Find out more at the end of this episode. Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Lone Star Play Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Scott Armstrong. Let's jump in. If you notice my hat here, you'll notice it says Goldees. If you can see it. If you're just listening, you can't see it. But anyway, I'm wearing a hat. It says Goldees. Why? Because I just went to Goldees. It's a barbecue spot just south of Fort Worth. And why are they so special, you ask, Patrick? Well, let me tell you something. Texas Monthly every year puts out a list of the top 50 barbecue spots. You may or may not know that or no. Well, just came out about a month ago. Guess who was number one? That's right. Goldees. And they just opened in February 2020. So if you know anything about barbecue, you know what an absolute phenomenal story this is. I don't honestly think I ever heard of a barbecue spot like hitting the scene first year and making number one. It's unbelievable, especially with people that didn't have a barbecue spot before. It's not like right? But their story is absolutely unbelievable. And I had the absolute pleasure of sitting down with one of their pitmasters / owners, Nupohn. He was a joy to speak to, I gotta say. I really enjoyed our interview. You're gonna find out a lot about Goldees, how it got started, how it got to where it's at, why they're number one, why their customers think they're number one, what may be down the road for them. We even get into like how they cook their barbecue, what they do. And separately from this podcast interview, we're gonna release a private tour they gave me of the facility and showed me everything, and we talked about a lot of different stuff. So please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you find out when that comes out and you can get a nice inside look of Goldee's operations, right? So again, just a phenomenal interview. Please check out Goldees. We'll put a link in the description. And yeah, new kids on the scene who are just crushing it, man. People like this is who we need in the industry, and you'll see why after this interview. To be honest with you, it's more than just their barbecue of why I support them, to be honest with you. I think I'm a lifelong supporter now, Goldees, not even just based on their food, which I haven't even tried. I haven't even got a chance to try yet. It's basically, it's like, it has to do with just how they run their business and their culture, within the business of what they try to create. I respect it so much, man. As someone from the industry myself, I respect how they do things so much, y'all. So this is a place worth supporting. I promise you. These are the type of people we want to lift up. We want them spreading the word. We want them creating other, leaders in the industry. So again, sit back, relax. This is a phenomenal interview if you're into barbecue, and if you're not, this is still a great interview. You're going to learn a lot about Goldees and how they got started and all of that. And it's just a phenomenal interview. So, let's before we jump into the interview, we got to take a quick break to have a word from our sponsor, because like I say always, guys, we got to keep the mics on, y'all. Okay, so we'll be right back. Here's a word from our sponsor, Texas Real Food. Hi, I wanted to talk to you about other things that are on the Texas Real Food site that are just as amazing as putting in your zip code, finding the best place around you that's serving, all natural, fresh, organic ingredients, all right? There's resources on there. Reviews, blogs, articles, and most importantly, Texas Real Food recipes. So you can find things on there that really aren't on any other site. I promise you that. And stuff that's pretty standard, but we give it a twist, right? That's the chef way. Something familiar with a twist. So we've got, for instance, cinnamon spiced hot cross buns. You can also find a great Texas strawberry cheesecake recipe. Just amazing stuff. So please check it out at texasrealfood.com. All right, back to the show. All right, y'all, thanks for staying with us. We really do appreciate it. Before we get to the interview, as always, please check out our social media. We're on TikTok, so just look up the Lone Star Plate. On Instagram and Facebook, the Lone Star Plate or Lone Star Plate TX. Really easy to find us. And if you're on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can find out when we release new videos, which is every week. And of course, again, that private tour we're doing with Goldees, you're going to want to know about that. So it's not part of the podcast interview. You're going to have to go to YouTube to find that. And of course, if you follow us on social media, you'll find out about it too. So again, phenomenal interview. We got Nupohn with Goldees Barbecue. Just an unbelievable interview. And if you're interested in some other barbecue interviews we've done, we'll put some links in the description as well. We've interviewed Aaron Franklin from Franklin's and Truth Barbecue, Leonardo Botello IV. Phenomenal interview. So check those out if you haven't. And of course, this one with Goldees Barbecue is just phenomenal. So please sit back, enjoy, maybe grab some tea or something. I don't know. What is some iced tea? I don't know. What's a Texas thing to do? And enjoy the interview, okay? So Nupohn with Goldees. Enjoy. All right, Nupohn, thank you so much for joining us, man. In fact, I'm gonna have you just introduce yourself and like what you do here, man.
Yeah. Okay. So, Nupohn Inthanousay. I am one of the founders, owners of Goldees Barbecue. What I do here, well, we pretty much everyone here. There's the 5 owners, or one owner's gone. He's in Colorado right now, but there's 4 of us plus PJ and Chuck who are helping and working here. But we all pretty much do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So, but the main thing I do really is I do the specials, the Laotian specials, because I'm Laotian. My family moved from Laos here. I'm first generation.
Oh, right on.
But yeah, that's why I do a lot of specials. So we do every Saturday we do Lao sausage, which has like lemongrass, lime leaves, cilantro, mint, basil, garlic, green onions, shallots, black pepper, and then it comes with a side of sticky rice.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and this sauce called Joe Som, which is like a fish sauce, lime juice, sugar, garlic, and Thai chilies and cilantro in there.
Oh,
so like what you do is get
That just proves that you make it. Because
Yeah.
you just named it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I pretty much named every single thing.
that proves that you make, because some people bullshit through that, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, we make
I love
everything
it.
in-house too.
That's
And
awesome.
so yeah, what you do with the sausage, you grab a little bit of sausage, some sticky rice, dip it into the sauce, and eat that together, and it just gives you like a nice, nice flavor profile.
Yeah,
on
man.
it. Yeah.
What a great addition to just doing like quote unquote Texas barbecue, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
adding that into it to the
Yeah.
menu.
And
How
the-
important was that to y'all to do this sort of thing?
To me, it was super important because growing up, especially like as a Laos person, like growing up, my family, they were scared to show Lao cuisine to other people, especially
really?
Americans, because they were afraid that the American palate wouldn't be
Be able to handle it.
able to handle it. Yeah. And they also, my parents were worried like I would lose friends if they came over and they smelled Lao food. Or
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
I mean, I had friends over, but my mom would be really like strict with what she was
Like,
cooking.
bring
that
out the
day.
Kraft mac and cheese for these
Kraft
kids,
mac
right?
and cheese, or she would get McDonald's or something like that.
That's funny.
But yeah, so it was important for me because I wanted to push my culture, Lao culture, to get like, and now, especially in Dallas. Dallas is one of the biggest populations of Lao people. It's
Really?
like Dallas, somewhere in California, and Minnesota.
No
in the
shit.
US.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So Dallas is like pretty concentrated.
That's awesome.
But it's not much. It's like 30,000 people that are Laos here.
Yeah.
But yeah, but now it hasn't been recent, or it's been recently since like you started to see Lao cuisine come out, and so you got like places like Sabaidi that kind of started the movement in Dallas. I think Cow Noodle, Nalin, Zap Kitchen, and I'm missing some other places.
That's okay. I love these shout outs too.
Yeah.
So no, that's awesome. No, that's great, man. Okay, this is awesome. All right, well look, let's dig into a little bit of the history here. Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
Goldees. Let's start there. So Goldees, you guys just got named. First of all, much congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
I can't say it enough. Bow down, dude. Y'all are the masters right now. Y'all just got named number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, for everyone listening and watching, and most people are probably gonna know, y'all got named number 1 in the Texas Monthly barbecue list, right? Which is like the Bible here in Texas.
Pretty much,
right?
yeah. Pretty
it
much,
really
yeah.
is. So, I guess let's start. When did Goldees open?
So Goldees opened February 2020, right before the pandemic started.
That is literally before the pandemic.
yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
wow.
We did I think 13 services before we had to shut down.
Oh my god!
It was crazy, and we didn't expect it, and it happened to be our luck because it took us a year to open up because we had to go through like a new septic system. The city of Fort Worth, they were like pushing us through circles. Yeah, it was a wild ride. Red tape, and there was times where we were like, are we ever gonna open up? Like, it was stressful, and then we finally opened up,
and then pandemic.
And then the pandemic happened, and
global pandemic, right?
Yeah,
never happened in a world. You would have never planned for it.
Yeah. It's
oh man.
Yeah, it was just our luck, and then we closed, and we were just like, are we gonna be able to open up again?
Yeah.
And there were times where we were just like, I don't know if we could actually make it through, but we
stuck it out.
We stuck it out. Got lucky.
Look what happened.
Yeah,
by sticking it out.
And I think a big part of it was from our regulars. They would come out and support, and honestly, we couldn't do without them. But then we also had a stroke of luck during the pandemic, where Dallas Morning News wrote about us, and that blew up business for us. So,
awesome.
But it was still hard because we were doing curbside service.
Sure.
And the way we were doing curbside was everyone pulls up in a parking spot, and we will go out, take your order, put the order back in, make the food, and come out and bring it out to you. So traditionally, or our style of service is counter service.
Yeah.
So there's a line, it's one person at a time.
Yeah.
But during the curbside, there's no line.
Totally. You got 20 orders at once.
Yeah, 20 orders at once, and you don't know who's came
first.
in first. Yeah. But Jalen, one of my co-owners, he was running like the orders. Somehow that motherfucker knew
Figured it out.
Yeah, who came in first, who came in second, who came in last.
That's awesome.
But it was stressful.
Absolutely.
It was super stressful. Like,
sure.
There was a point where I had to even take a step back for a little bit.
Wow.
Because it was messing with like my mental state.
Sure.
But I'm happy that I have a group that's supportive and understanding, and so
you guys were all there to support each other. And, dude, and it's when one person is down, the other people go up, and it can happen to anybody. Again, right down the line, someone else, but you know what, I need to, and you all are there. So nothing wrong with that. No, that's amazing, man. Yeah, so curbside, everyone ordering at the same time. That totally goes against how barbecue is served, right? Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
How cool were the customer? I mean, I'm sure everyone was pretty patient.
They were patient. There were some people that were like, you're always gonna get this, but they're impatient.
Sure.
But they'll still stick around and get their food.
Because they want that. They want that badass food,
right?
Yeah.
They want the food, and they're willing to wait.
Yeah.
Like they'll complain, but they're still waiting.
Yeah.
And but it's cool that they stick around, because not a lot of people stick around too, but they stuck around and supported us, and we couldn't ask for more.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So so y'all spent about a year to get the place open, and I'm sure a lot of that was, political red tape, business stuff, getting stuff in order, this and that.
Yeah.
What about the food, right? That's the most important part of the business.
Yeah.
So were y'all developing how y'all were going to do this barbecue for a while leading up to this?
For a while. So before the restaurant, we were living in Austin. So we moved. So I'll give a whole background story.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So there's 5 of us: me, Dylan, Johnny, Lane, and Jalen. We all grew up together. It goes way back to elementary school.
Oh, hell yeah. Wow, man.
Yeah.
This has turned into an unbelievable story.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it goes all the way back to elementary, but we all didn't become good friends until high school.
Yeah.
And then after high school, we moved to Austin in 2014. and lived together and worked at some other places. And then we tried like craft barbecue, Texas barbecue for the first time, like Central Texas barbecue. So we had like Franklin's, La Barbecue, Valentina's and whatnot. And when we had those, like their barbecue, we were just like mind blown. Like it was like a religious experience to us. And ever since then, that's where the barbecue journey started. So while we were in Austin, we all took different jobs at different restaurants, mainly barbecue restaurants.
Sure.
So we had, under our umbrella, we've worked at Franklin's, La Barbecue, Truth Barbecue in Brenham, Terry Black's, Valentina's, Make a Wait, Craft Meats.
Holy shit.
And I'm trying to remember if there's another one.
Holy shit.
But
dude.
yeah, there's
all the top places.
Yeah.
I've interviewed the guy at Truth too.
Leonard
Botello.
Yeah,
the fourth.
Yeah,
love
the
his
fourth,
name.
Yeah,
fucking love his name.
Yeah.
He was a cool ass guy, man.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool.
I interviewed Aaron too.
Yeah.
He's great too. Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. You're doing the whole,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like the Becca. So the idea was, let's go work at these places and learn about this stuff.
To learn about it, and then we would bring it home and teach each other what we learned and what we didn't learn.
Dude, I don't think I've ever heard of a group of guys doing something like this before.
It's unique.
This
it's
is awesome.
Yeah,
this is going to turn into a movie. You realize someone's going to make this into a movie now.
I maybe hope
Listen,
so,
Scorsese, if you're watching, right?
Yeah.
Or Ridley Scott. I don't know. Quentin Tarantino. Who's your favorite? I don't know.
Wes Anderson.
Oh,
I don't know, maybe.
I love Wes Anderson. He would be great. He's a Texan.
Yeah, he is a Texan. He is a Texan for sure.
That's true. No, what an amazing story. So y'all decide, okay, let's take what we're learning. We're gonna come back to the house. Let's teach each other what's going on. Yeah. Let's just pick up that. So,
and then 2019, our lease was ending at our house, and like a month before the lease ended, we had like a little meeting, and we are like, hey, do you think it's time to go out and do our own thing? And everyone agreed, and so we ended our lease. Decided to move back home because we grew up here in Arlington.
Oh, okay.
So we're not too far away from where we grew up. And yeah, we came up here, moved back home.
I was wondering why this location.
This location is like, it's close to home.
Yeah.
But it also gives off the vibe that we wanted, like old school.
Totally.
Texas
100%.
country vibe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And rent's cheap too.
And we're going to be, we haven't shot it yet, but afterwards, and we'll show the video right now. I mean, they'll show it, the outside and all the different stuff so you can see what it's like. Absolutely. No, for sure. This definitely has what you want in a barbecue spot, the vibe. Yeah.
And the rent's cheap.
I knew that. I told Victor on the drive over here because I know the business. I was like, I guarantee you rent had a lot to do, because that's what I'd be thinking too. That overhead is immense, right? That could be a business killer.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
So
and
that's smart.
And also with us too, like we don't have any investors or any financial backing. Well, we had some like help from like friends and family, but we raised the money ourselves. So before we moved out here, we were doing caterings and classes to save up money, and we saved up about $60K.
That's awesome.
And just put all that into the restaurant. So
fuck, you guys are so smart, dude. Look at this guy giving me my notes. I had them memorized, Vic, but thank you. No, that's awesome, man. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been in this industry a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked all over the world. Actually, used to work in Europe too.
Yeah.
I worked in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen a lot of businesses, a lot of people. Again, I had my own food truck in Austin. I knew a lot of people doing a lot of things. And this is a very unique, man.
Thank you.
Y'all should be super proud of yourselves.
Thank you.
Just the level of commitment and never giving up and just putting this together. Y'all were already on the right path. I think other people are going to hear this story and say, you know what, this is possible, man.
Yeah.
Let's get together and let's do this.
Yeah.
You know?
That's one thing.
I'm so fucking inspired right now, bro.
Thank you.
I'm like so pumped all of a sudden. Like, I'm so pumped. This is awesome.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad. And that's what our goals with Goldees too, is we want to inspire people to do their own thing. And so like if you want to open up a barbecue spot and you don't know how, or you don't know how to, you know how to cook barbecue, but you want to elevate your like experience or skill level and whatnot, come take a class here and we'll teach you everything that we do.
You're
and
amazing.
Then
That's amazing.
even come hang out and we'll still we're open to what we do here. We don't keep secrets. There's some things that we might like not say much, but for the most part we will like tell you like
You're open book.
Open book
to it.
And we just want people to know that, like, if a bunch of 5 guys that grew up in Arlington are just a bunch of goofballs and don't take things seriously. Like, always take things seriously, but like we're prank calling people still and whatnot.
Love it.
And
that's awesome.
And just to see that group of guys do something like this, I hope it inspires other people to pursue their dreams and stuff.
One day, somebody is going to have worked with y'all and open their own place, and y'all are going to be like,
we're going to be totally okay with that.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be proud. We already had,
so
some people that took classes with us, they've opened up their own spot. So there's places
already
like Holy Trinity in Portland, Burn Unit, Smokemade in Florida. We got Belmar, Secret Pines, and Grasslands Barbecue as well, and some other places.
That's amazing, dude. That's a lot. That's amazing.
And it's all over the United
amazing.
States. Yeah.
That's amazing, man. Wow, I can't believe that. That literally blows me away.
Yeah, so it's cool that we get to help people
100%
pursue their
dreams.
dreams.
We listen. The restaurant industry needs people like y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth, man. The restaurant industry, the food industry needs people like y'all. Y'all are going to create great leaders, great employees. You create a great culture. You create a great environment. It's amazing, man. I can see, why y'all got number one. I guarantee it is about the food, but there's so much more to this business than the food. You know what I mean? So, that's awesome, man. Well, let's dig into the food a little bit. Okay. So, I read that y'all in the beginning were, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, we're cooking like 9 briskets or something, or 10 briskets at first.
Yeah,
right?
So it was like the smallest amount we ever had to do, because how slow business was 4 briskets.
Wow.
And like that, we were barely scraping by. So it went from 4 to like 8 to 10, but it was never more than 15.
So but the idea was, we're not just going to make a bunch and have it and sell.
Because we want to cook the fresh, fresh as much as possible. And so that's why we sell certain, because if we sell too much, and also brisket prices are expensive too, so if you don't sell it, you're basically losing money.
Sure.
Like, you could vacuum seal it and try to sell it that way, but it's harder because you got to pay a bigger price to buy a whole brisket.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got our pars down to where, like, all right, we could sell this much, make this much, sell this much, and hopefully sell it.
Totally.
But if we do have leftovers, we'll turn it into chop, and we donated to the homeless people before. So there's other things you could repurpose it in some other way. But we do our best to try to cook them as fresh as possible.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
That's our goal, and that's we quality control here. We're pretty anal about it. And
you kind of have to be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to get that top tier, I remember talking to Aaron Franklin about it, and holy shit, that guy, I mean, it's it's another level, right?
Yeah,
it kind of has to be, that's where you get the recognition, right? I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So y'all knew that ahead of time, we have to be this way, right? We got to be cutthroat about these flavors, and like you said, anal, and just really not give in, right, and not just cut corners and take an easy way and this and that, because you knew it would affect the business essentially.
Yeah, it would
right?
affect the business, and it would affect us too, because we want to produce the best that we can, and if we fall short of that, then it kind of takes a hit on us too, mentally. And
absolutely.
But yeah, and we're still cooking the food that we love, and we're just glad that people enjoy it. So
for sure.
It's a humbling thing as well. But yeah, before the list, we're cooking 4 briskets some days, 10 on other days, but now we're doing 50 a day.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's jumped 10 times. Business has jumped 10, 12 times or whatever.
Of course, right?
So,
so you did see a dramatic jump after the list came out.
Right after. So the list dropped the Sunday or Monday before we opened, and we opened up that Friday for Friday, Saturday, Sunday service, and that first day, sales just went, and that whole weekend is just the
done.
most we've ever done in 6 months or something
awesome.
like that.
That's
It's crazy.
Awesome. So yeah, what days are you guys open? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 11 a.m. to sell out. We would tack on maybe one more day, like a Thursday. But because it is just the owners plus PJ and Chuck who work here, so there's 6 of us.
Yeah.
It's hard to tack on another day.
Of course.
So
absolutely.
we plan on hiring more employees, but we're going to take our time with that because we want quality to stay the same. So it's going to take time to like train people and find people that are passionate about it, which I'm sure we will find people that are.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of timing of like training to make sure like they have the same idea and vision that we have.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also with the owners working, we have we know what's going on in the restaurant, so we can make things work. Like if something's not working, we'll readjust and make it work. And also we have our customer experience, like customer service is super great from what people have been telling us. Just because the owners are here and we're talking to customers, we're hanging out with them, making sure we're giving them a good time, especially during the line. Like we do free beer and free water because we know the wait's gonna be long. So,
Sure.
And that line could be sometimes brutal for some people.
Yeah.
So like having free
It can
water,
become part of the experience, right?
Yeah,
like Franklin's.
Yeah, and that's a cool thing.
Is that
too.
what y'all are hoping?
Yeah, because we love the experience. Like as barbecue fans, we love waiting. I don't know if we could do it now because we're like getting a little more tired.
Yeah.
But the experience, like drinking while you're waiting,
Sure.
and hanging out and meeting new people. Like
Yeah.
I've seen so many
Good point.
people make friends here.
That's awesome.
Like after they check out, they're like, "Hey, nice to meet you. Here's my number." You know,
That's
it's
so cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. I was just like, man, people are actually having a good time.
That's what food does, man. It brings people together.
Yeah.
Really does bring people together. It's cliche, right?
It is
Corny
it's
as that
a little
sounds.
cliche, but it's so
true.
true.
It's
so
true, man.
Yeah.
It is true, dude.
And
Absolutely.
some people have said that coming here is like going to Disneyland.
Wow.
It's like 3 people have said that.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man.
So
well, if the food is that good, right? Like, there's nothing better than that. For a Texan to get amazing barbecue, it's nothing better.
Yeah,
I
nothing
mean,
better.
there's nothing better, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Disneyland. That's
Pretty
like
much.
fucking better than Disneyland.
Yeah.
Mickey could never give you good barbecue.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. That's true. Yeah.
Screw Mickey. You know, he's not making good barbecue. Yeah, dude. No,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Look, I know that the urge might be there to like open a second location. Is that in y'all's mind? To deal with that, because most barbecue places don't do that.
Yeah,
right. That's sort of the thing.
It'll depend. We probably won't, but we have other concepts we want to work on.
There you go. Love that.
And
I bet y'all got all kinds of shit.
yeah, we got
wanna
a
do.
pizza joint that we were thinking about, a burger joint, Laotian restaurant, like a Lao barbecue,
Hell yeah.
food bar kind of thing.
Yeah. Man.
So yeah, we have things, but we're going to take our time with it.
Yes.
We're going to take our time.
That's sort of the key. I think y'all are realizing that that's the key to success.
Mhm.
Let's take our time.
Yeah.
Right? The same way you do with you don't rush the brisket.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Don't
Exactly.
rush it. You can't fake that flavor.
Mhm.
Right? You can't fake, you can't rush a brisket.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't rush it.
You can't. And if you do, it's going to turn out ugly.
Yeah, ugly,
Yeah.
hard and rubber and just
Yeah.
nasty and yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. What I guess one of the smokers back here, amazing. I love this thing. Like, what is the typical time y'all cook a brisket?
So we start cooking. So since we're open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, our cook starts Thursday.
Yeah.
So Thursday we put on the briskets around. The people that come here, they get here around 5, and I think they don't put it on until like 6 or 7.
Okay.
And then it doesn't get pulled off and rested in the warmer until like 10 to midnight.
Wow.
So it's a 12+ hour
Yeah,
day.
yeah, absolutely.
But that's when we start cooking it for Friday.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, we have Johnny coming in doing the overnight shift.
Sure.
He'll come in like midnight to 2 or something.
I think that's what people don't know, right? These late night, early morning. Somebody's got to be there, right?
Yeah. And
Crazy.
yeah, he comes in the morning, then does like the beef ribs, turkey, pork ribs, and then puts the briskets on for the next day's service. And yeah, and then Sunday we don't cook at all because there's nothing to cook for the next day. So Sunday are the best days to for us to engage with our customers.
Sure.
more.
Oh, okay. There you go, folks. If you listen, come on Sunday if you want to, get a selfie.
Yeah, get a selfie or pit tour or whatever. Yeah.
That's cool. That's good to know, man.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool to know. So, okay. And is the menu the same all 3 days?
It's all 3 days except for Saturday with the addition of the Laos sausage.
Specials.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Oh, so that'll only be on the Saturday.
Yeah, only Saturdays for now.
For now.
But it's looking like Saturdays for now for quite some time. So
absolutely.
But there are plans to do other like special like Laos specials. But it's just a matter of finding time for us because we've been busy.
Of course, man.
Our work week is sometimes it's 6 days for sure, sometimes 7.
Yeah.
So it's just just finding the time.
For the first 2 years I had my food truck, maybe not 2 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably 2 years. I worked every day.
Yeah,
7 days a week, man.
That's
when you're the owner, I know you say 6 days, but let's be real. Every day you're dealing with something,
you're working,
right? With
exactly.
something, whether it's a female, a phone call, I got to go pick this up, I got to talk to this, something you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's never ending. No, that's amazing. Gosh, so just from a personal, this will be a more personal question for you.
Yeah.
Like, what has been the most exciting part about what has happened? Like getting this recognition?
For me personally, having people eat the food I grew up in. So I'm Laos and I'm also Texan at the same time.
Yeah.
So I have two cultures that make up my identity.
Sure.
So for me to be able to combine my Lao culture with my Texan culture together, it's a beautiful thing to me.
Absolutely.
And I'm happy that I get to share that experience with other people.
That's awesome, man.
Especially with food that I grew up eating, like the Lao sausage, the gai ping, which is like a chicken, like a smoked chicken
Holy
thing,
shit.
and sticky rice, and just some desserts as well too, and just to be able to give the people that experience the same way that I grew up, it's just
amazing.
Cool. Yeah,
no, that's
amazing,
awesome, man. Yeah, man. My mom's from Mexico, so my brother was born in Mexico, but I was born in the States. But the same thing in my house, like when I was growing up. Although Texas and Mexican food is different, people they're familiar with tacos, so it wasn't whatever. Like my friends wanted to come over to my house and eat my mom's food.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I want that shit. It was good stuff to get. But I get that. I did the same thing with Boca. Like I wanted to bring. Even though I did Spanish stuff because my wife's from Spain and I lived in Spain for a while, for a few years. Mexicans are still Spanish too, right? We still have that blood. But I also brought some of my Mexican, culture stuff I learned to cook. Same thing, and I know that is it's prideful, man. It is a good feeling. So I totally understand. I can really empathize with you there. That's awesome, man.
For sure, man. For sure.
That's awesome, dude. What a great thing. Okay. I'm so inspired. I'm forgetting my questions here.
No, you're good, man.
Okay, here's just a random question.
Okay.
What makes good barbecue to you?
What makes good barbecue to me? Like technicality wise, or
yeah, I don't know.
I guess
if someone has to ask you that.
Yeah, so I've been asked,
clients or whatever.
It's just hard to answer because
it is hard, right? Yeah.
Because you could have good barbecue anywhere, but what makes it good is if it's something if you get an experience out of it.
I like that.
Like a good experience out of it. Like if you take a bite and you have chills or you just have this moment.
Yeah.
That's good barbecue.
That's it.
And that's what makes it. I don't know, the passion that goes into it, the care, Yeah, just pretty much you could cook. There's no certain with Goldees we don't like to say there's one way to cook something. So there's so many ways to cook a brisket.
Oh, I like that.
It'll come out just as good as long as you put some passion into it and some care into it. You'll find a way to figure out a way to cook. So you don't have to have a 1,000-gallon smoker. You could get a small 94-gallon one or even a Weber.
Yeah.
And cook direct heat it. Just as long as you care enough to know how to cook it, then the product will come out great. So, yeah.
That's
that,
awesome.
To me, that's I
Yeah,
guess
care and passion, and you care about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I respect that answer for sure. Obviously, like a lot of barbecue places will be takes years. I mean, they work at it and they this and they then to get on the list, right? And that's like, man, y'all are so new on the block, and bam, right at the top, right? Like, did y'all be like, okay, look, guys, we can't let this go to our head. We gotta, stay on this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how much does that pressure affect y'all, really? I guess.
It's affected us a little bit because we still want to push the best.
Totally.
So like, there's pressure to like
more, right?
Better, keep up the
with
quality.
The demand. Yeah.
And we're not just like selling briskets just to sell them. Like, we want to give the same experience that everyone wants to get, right?
Sure. That's a lot to live up to, right?
It's a lot. Yeah. So it's stressful. It's been more stressful since that list dropped, but it's been a good stress.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it's kind of what you wanted, right? Is this what y'all wanted? Maybe not so soon. I don't know. I guess you do. I don't know. I
mean, it's cool that we got recognized the way we did. But we just wanted to open up a restaurant as friends, and just go from there. Like, there was not in the background, like, we wanted to be on the list, right? But we didn't expect to be so high.
Sure.
We were just like hoping, like, we'll get mentioned on the list. Yeah. But even if we weren't, then we'll still keep pushing and just pushing the restaurant and, do what we love. And fortunately enough, we got on the list. We got number one.
Top of the list.
The top of the list.
There's no more to go past that where y'all are at. Once you turn the pit, that's it. That's your number
right
one. That's it. Did y'all know anything like, that y'all were going to be number one before it came out?
They didn't say anything. There were hints, right? But there's no one said anything. Apparently, so we had a film crew, like, from Texas Monthly, or from their Red Productions, and they were partnering with Texas Monthly to do like a whole like barbecue shoot thing. Yeah. So they had a day with us, and lo and behold, they knew that we were number one, but they didn't say anything.
Oh shit!
So the camera crew
already knew.
Yeah, the film crew knew, and some other people knew too, but they didn't say anything. We also, Texas Monthly asked us to send like brisket, like our whole food platter, to them to Austin because they're gonna shoot, do like a photo shoot.
Yeah.
And so we were assuming it was a cover, and like the cover usually means the new number one spot. But again, they didn't tell us why they were taking the picture.
Yeah.
So they're just like hints that are like.
Dude, okay. I told Victor that in the car too. I said, "I bet there's some sort of picture thing that gives it away." I said that too. God, that's crazy. Yeah. I would have been looking for clues myself. That's interesting. So you knew you were going to be on the list at that point, right? You just didn't know
we just didn't know like number one. We were thinking. We're hoping just like top 10.
Sure. Which is still amazing, right?
Yeah. And if someone else in Fort Worth got top 10, Panther City, they got number 10, and I'm happy. I'm super happy for them.
Absolutely, man.
That's awesome. It's just
wild, crazy, right?
Yeah,
it's
to
just
be
wild,
number one.
Okay, so that was y'all's goal too when you opened it. Like, we want to get on some lists. We want to be known, right?
Yeah, we want to be known. We want to like grow the business.
Yeah. We want to grow. Of course, we want to grow the business.
And we just wanted to like, I guess, get recognized for the work that we do in a way, not looking to be like saying that we deserve it or anything.
You're humble still, man. That's good, dude. No, those are good things. Those are good qualities to have, man, in the industry. Really, it's really at the end of the day, like, look, I worked in a lot of places. I've worked for high-end restaurants that made best and number one, this and that, and at the end of the day, you just got to keep your head down and keep going because those lists change. These things and it comes back around, and you never know, and you just keep putting your best foot forward. And the best thing you can do for your customer is just give your best every day.
Yeah,
and you'll win. And y'all are already doing that, man. Like, for real. I'm so blown away at how quickly and how, the recognition came and everything. I think it's amazing, man. Honestly, well deserved in a lot of ways because it's going to motivate y'all to keep doing what you're doing, which is you're already, you know what I mean, doing the right thing. Because it's not just good barbecue. Again, you're creating a great culture for people that work here. Me being from the industry myself, that's important to me. Like how employees work for people and how the leadership is with them.
Yeah.
Because they become future leaders, right? For other restaurants and and if they're learned the wrong way, then it just perpetuates this negativity in the industry, right?
Yeah.
That at the end of the day, we're not saving lives out here. We're putting out good food. So I just think y'all's mentality about it all is just number one as well. Like for real, like that. I think it's that whole thing. Yeah, that's amazing. So, this one I had a question. So, like, I just interviewed a chef, Kintaro from Mampuku, off of Greenville. It's in Dallas, and he won a Michelin star in France.
Okay.
So I asked him like how that came about. Win a Michelin star, but did you know a guy was coming in and eating? And he's like, no, we didn't know anything. Did y'all know someone like the taste tester they send down, or is it private, or how does that work?
It's private for the most part. It's private.
It's a secret shopper sort of thing.
Yeah. But we knew when Daniel Vaughn, the barbecue food editor, would come because we know who he was.
Got it. Yeah.
But he wouldn't give you a heads up or anything. Yeah. And so you're kind of like,
were y'all poking him for questions?
No. We didn't like to bother him because he's We just felt like he just doesn't like to be not bothered, but like I'm sure he gets a lot of people coming up to him and stuff, so we didn't want to like bother him too much. We'll just talk. We talk to him on the line when he's ordering, and that's pretty much it. And we'll check up on him while he eats. But he's been 8 times.
Wow.
Before the list dropped, and the last time he came, he said
he's looking for consistency.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
Yeah.
Right.
And he came. The last time he came, he's told us he wanted to come right before we got super busy. So like there's another hint.
That's another hint, right? Yeah. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, he knew. He was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to get this now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to get this. That's hilarious. Oh man, and I haven't come yet. I haven't come to eat, so I'm definitely coming in the next couple weeks for sure to come here to eat. I cannot wait, dude. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, man, I literally cannot wait to come back here and eat.
Yeah, man.
No, it's amazing. Okay, so right now y'all have 2,000-gallon smokers, right? And that puts out about, what'd you say, 80 briskets? I can't remember what you said before.
50 total.
Sorry,
yeah.
80.
So it's like it holds up to like 25. We could push it to 30, but the briskets that we get, they're
got some space, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're bigger ones. Okay,
bigger
Well,
ones,
how big are, like, what kind of pounds are you talking?
So
here?
the ones,
20?
so they're in season, so they're in like, they call it, I don't know if this is right, but like kill season.
Okay.
So this is like where they're more like bigger.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the cows that we've been getting, or the briskets that we've been getting, have been around 16 to 17 pounds.
Okay, right on.
Brisket.
Yeah.
And we get about 120 a week.
Wow.
And so, there's another thing. Like we're in a small restaurant, and we can't build on, we can't do anything. So we have to work with the space that we have.
Sure.
So we have like multiple fridges, just like
holding all this.
Yeah, holding all this, and that's barely any room. Like we have to like do different. Our prep days have to be a little bit different, just to make room to like store things in the fridge. So, that's another like hardship that we have to work through. It's not that hard, but like it's just another like.
It's just another, absolutely, another growing pain. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, no, that's awesome, man. Where did y'all get these smokers?
So we got these from Millscale. They're a company out in Lockhart, made by these two guys, and that we're really good friends with. They used to build pits for Franklin as well too, but then they went on and did their own thing, and they do a really good job with it. It's worth the money. These run for like 15, 17K. They're pretty much like new cars.
Yeah.
But they're worth the money. I don't know if they're worth the money for like personal like backyard cut. Yeah. But they do make a like smaller ones, like a 94-gallon one or 251, which is more for the backyards, and they're super good too. Like Johnny has one at his place. And he says it just works super well.
It's just awesome. Yeah. Does he R&D at home? Is that the deal?
He used to do YouTube videos.
Oh shit!
He had a YouTube channel. Shout out Jerby. And he did like barbecue videos, and that's another like way to learn barbecue too.
Sure.
Because he was pretty open about his techniques and stuff like that. So he would cook on that pit over there or cook here. But to like relate more to the audience, he would cook on a smaller pit just so he could like, because most people that are watching him are gonna have smaller pits.
Sure, absolutely.
The bigger the pits are or the smaller they are, they work different.
Yeah.
So you have to like do different techniques and stuff like that.
But
yeah.
What's the? I mean, you don't have to reveal it if you want, but what's the spice blend on the brisket? Is it just salt and pepper?
Salt, pepper, Lowry's.
Lowry's.
Yeah.
Wow.
Salt, pepper, Lowry's.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
I forgot the ratio, but it's salt, pepper,
for sure.
It's like
2-1-1
or something like that.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
But
simple.
Yeah, it's just salt, pepper, Lowry's. Yeah.
Don't
no
need
garlic. Just because the Lowry's has a lot of seasoning.
Sure.
It's like a seasoning salt, right? So and it also gives that extra flavor and color to it as well too, and it just holds well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what we tell people. Salt, pepper, Lowry's.
Fuck, that's awesome.
And that's what we just keep it simple because we want the beef flavor to be like present, but the saltiness like helps elevate that flavor. So yeah, we just do that. Some people do like garlic powder, onion powder, which you
never like
do it
overdoing. I don't know, like overdoing. You know, less is more in cooking.
Yeah, less is
really,
more for sure.
At the end of the day, what kind of wood do y'all use?
Post oak. Texas post oak.
Always.
Can't
really change that, right?
Yeah, because if we do change it, then that's going to change the flavor profile for sure.
Yeah,
and we like post oak because it's like nice and clean. It's smoky, but not too smoky.
Sure.
It doesn't like leave a smoky like aftertaste, I guess. But you'll still get that smoky flavor when you're eating it. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's so awesome, man. That's so awesome. God, I'm blown away by all this. Okay, where did the name Goldees come from?
So when we were doing those caterings and classes down in Austin, we had a 500-gallon pit.
Yeah. And
for us to like, in order for us to move that pit around, we had to get a truck. So Dylan, one of the owners, he bought a gold F-250, and we named it Goldees. And then when we were coming up with names for the restaurant, it was a whole process. It took us like 2 months to figure out a name.
Names are tough, bro. Absolutely.
Yeah. We
what are some names that didn't get used?
Secondhand Smokehouse, Red House Barbecue because of Red Building, Dick Price Barbecue.
That's a great name, Dick Price, because it's off Dick Price Road. Yeah. That's actually a great name too.
Yeah.
Goldees is solid, dude.
Yeah, we went with Goldees.
You know what I thought when I first saw Goldees? Because I'll be honest, dude. The list came. I never heard. The list came out. I was like, Goldees. What is it? I thought, this sounds old school. Goldees sounds like, I don't know, some old dudes out here making barbecue. That's what I thought. These are some guy, old school. This must be old school for real. So the name itself. Y'all were smart about the name too, to be honest with you. Like, it's a cool name. Yeah, like
I never thought about it that way, honestly. Yeah. Like it does sound old school.
It does. Yeah. Goldees. I was like, like the old Goldees, right? Like Golden Tunes, right? Like Goldie Tunes. Yeah. It just sounded like in a good way. Yeah. And a classic. That's the word I'll use. Yeah. Classic, which is great. No, that's cool. Although Dick Price Barbecue, I'm going to open one, competing one right there. Dick Price. Hey, guys.
If you want to learn how, you just come here and learn.
Absolutely. No, I love how open you guys are with that and talking about it. Aaron Franklin said it best to me, dude. He's like, look, I'll tell you how to cook the barbecue. You're not going to cook it as good as me. Like, I'll tell you how to do it, but you're still not going to do what I do, right? Like, it's I have my thing too. It's like, my hands, my mind, right? That works with the recipe too. So like you can know it, but doesn't mean it's going to come out. I mean, it goes with anything, right? Yeah. Look up a recipe online and try to repeat it. Half the time, it never looks like the picture that they did it, right? So like, open with, this is what we do. Yeah. No, I love that. What's like the biggest? What are some of the best compliments you hear from some of the guests coming? I mean, I know Disneyland and that sort of stuff, but I don't know, like from the barbecue, like when they eat it, like there has to be old school barbecue eaters coming here, right?
Yeah.
And they're the ones that judge, right? Like they've been eating barbecue their whole life. What are they telling you that separates your barbecue? Like, why are they telling you yours is the best?
Mainly, they say it's the most like moist, tender, flavorful, brisket they've ever.
The fucking trifecta right there, right? The trifecta. Wow.
Yeah, and then the pork ribs, they say the same thing too. And a lot of people I love our pork ribs. because it's just pork ribs glazed in like just some sugar syrup thing. It's like real light. It's not like a thick syrup, like so it's not like sticky or anything. It's just real light glaze on there, and it's just like sugar, some spices and whatnot, and it's nice and red, and people love that. And it's like, it's not fall off the bone. It's fall off the bone, but it doesn't like, it has some like, what is it? You don't want it to like completely fall off the bone when it stands up. Like, you want it to have some like pull. And so people love that, and they just love it. And our turkey is a sleeper. Our turkey, most of the time when you have turkey, is like dry, like turkey breast.
100%. Right.
Ours is super moist.
Fuck.
And like flavorful and smoky, and like just salt and pepper.
Wow.
And people love the turkey. I think that's it's probably like my favorite.
Wow.
Meat here.
Bam.
To be honest, just because like, well, one is easier to get because I can't really eat brisket because it's gone by the time I get it. Same for the pork ribs too.
Sure.
There's some times where you can, but but turkey is always one of the last ones that go because that's a sleeper. Yeah. But it's so good, especially if you turn it into like a turkey sandwich.
Sure.
With like our coleslaw and our
what are the sides y'all do?
Oh, so we do grits, cheesy grits, coleslaw, potato salad, pinto beans, and pork hash.
Pork hash.
Pork hash is a Carolina dish, and it's like a pork gravy over rice. So what we do is, so in Carolina they get their whole hog trimmings, or leftovers, and like braise the meat down into like a gravy and add like mustard and stuff. We do the same thing, but with our pork trimmings, like pork rib trimmings.
Idea. You try to utilize everything.
Yeah,
I mean, that's essentially what you're trying to do, right?
And our sausages we make in-house too, and we make our sausages from our beef scraps. Yeah, because we trim a lot. Yeah, and there's a lot of like that could go to waste, but we turn it into sausage. So we do like 280 pounds of sausage a week. So and I know we do 60 pounds or 40 pounds of Laos sausage alone. For Saturday, so we do a lot of sausages. Yeah, and that's a lot of like brisket scraps to go to waste if we didn't make our own sausage. So we repurpose that into sausage, and also sometimes we did a Lao beef jerky, and so we use those scraps and just make beef jerky out of it. And it's like a sweet glaze. It's a little bit sweet, but savory and herby. And you just eat it with like sticky rice and like some sauce. Dude. Yeah, it's good.
This is amazing, bro. This is amazing. Wow. I'm blown away. Well, is there anything that I didn't mention that you wanted to talk about? Any shout out, something? I don't know. I just want to make sure we didn't.
No, I think you got pretty much.
This was a great conversation, right? It really just flew by, man. To be honest with you, you're good at this.
Am I?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Are.
Thank you.
You're good at this, man. I've done 200 podcasts now up to this point. I would consider myself a podcaster now, like an expert podcaster. Yeah. You're good at this.
Thank you.
No, that's great, man. Well, look, man, this is exciting. We'll do a quick little walk around, right, like we talked about, just so you can give us a little tour of stuff. I can't wait to come eat, man. I can't tell you. This is amazing. So
come as early. The earliest, the better.
Absolutely. Oh, dude, I'll camp out here overnight if I have to.
Some people, they've come. The earliest I've seen is 4 a.m. and some people have brought like sleeping bag, sleeping bag, and the air mattress.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
And then someone the other day brought like their Nintendo Switch.
Fuck
and we were
great
playing
idea.
Super Smash Bros. And Johnny and Lane went out there in line and played with them for a little bit.
That's awesome, dude. See, it's those things that really are gonna grow y'all's business, man. Really, that connection with the guest, all of that is really what's gonna solidify y'all to continue the business. Not just a one-hit wonder. Right. Honestly, that's what's gonna solidify y'all, man. I'm so happy and proud of y'all, man.
Thank you,
honestly.
man. Thank you so much.
So thank you for this. Let's do this thing.
And now it's time for my favorite part of the show, the end credits. This is everyone responsible for making the show happen. Executive producer, Sebastian Sauerborn. Podcast manager, Nevena Ponovich. Marketing manager, Caroline Grape. Video and audio editors, Danilo Vojnov and Pavel Sebastianovich. Thumbnail designer, Marko Vukovic. Social media manager, Ursa Rusman. Guest outreach, Corey Menciez. Designing image quotes, Jay Apuya. Social media videos, Labri Fernandez. Outreach support, Yonet Del Mundo. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. The Lone Star Plate podcast is produced by Texas Real Food. Go to texasrealfood.com and you can search your city for stores, butchers, restaurants, farmers markets, and more who are using fresh, artisanal, organic sources. It's a fun site that brings all natural options all together. I hope you enjoyed this episode. For more information, go to thelonestarplate.com. I'm your host, Patrick Scott Armstrong. Until next time.